So to create a simple drag and drop activity for your students, whether you're middle school, elementary, even high school, if you're a high school teacher, what you're basically going to do is you're going to start with a simple Google Slide doc. You can also use PowerPoint, but Google Slides is so bare bones that if you wanted to use PowerPoint, because PowerPoint's more comprehensive, it'll probably be an even easier transition. But we're going to use Google Slides for more universal reasons. So here I have here I have just a blank slide, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply just add a background color to this. I'm gonna add a background color. Let's add this orange here. Let's add this orange. Okay, we're gonna add this little Texas, this UT color orange, University of Texas Austin color orange. This may not even be the hex value for it, but we're gonna call it that. From here, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create a T-chart. We'll create a simple T-chart. So go to Insert, go to Text Box, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag this all the way down. Let me see here. That wasn't the T-chart that I wanted, so let me see here. Go to Insert. I'm sorry, I went to Text Box. Go to go to Table, and I'm going to create a 2x1. Actually, I'm going to create a 2x2. I'm going to show you why. There we go. I said text box, but we're going to actually create a table here. And that's what I wanted to do anyway. And you see the reason why we're doing the 2x2 is because I want to drag this middle part up. So I'm going to drag that up. We're going to drag this back down. Okay, and then we'll drag this up a little bit more. Drag that back down. Now, why we're doing this, because when we do it like this, we're going to be able to have two sides, and this is a very basic example, just so you can kind of get the concept, get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and first I'm going to actually thicken these border lines. I'm going to actually make them white, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make them about like 4 px, make them super thick for the sake of this video. Perfect. And now I'm going to click on the inside. I'm going to center. And we'll just call this side A. And then over here, we'll just call it side B. All right, perfect. Now, after we create our sides, and actually I probably should make these white as well. So let me go ahead and do that. Side A and side B. Now, we have our table set up. So what we want to do next is we want to go ahead and we want to create another slide here. And I'm actually going to create a blank slide. Okay. And I'm just going to highlight these and I'm going to hit delete. Get rid of that. Then I'm going to come back up here. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to File. And you make sure that you have this particular slide selected. I'm going to show you why. This is the actual trick. And this is mandatory if you're going to use Google Slides to actually create your drag and drop activity. This may also be the same reason in PowerPoint as well, but because I'm not using PowerPoint, you could probably lock this slide in, but I'm going to show you why this has to be done like so here in a second. So we're going to make sure this is selected, and then I'm going to go to File, and then I'm going to go to Download, and we're going to make sure that we download this as a JPEG. Or actually, well, JPEG, PNG, doesn't really matter. But I'll use PNG because it's particularly more so for web graphics, web images. From here now, I'm going to click on slide number 2. And I'm going to go to Insert, go to Image, and upload from my computer because that's where it went to. And here it is where it just says Untitled Presentation. And then let me move my video camera here and click Open. Nope. I did that wrong. Did that wrong again. I'm going to leave in my mistake so you can actually see what you actually really need to do and what not to do. You want to go to background, not insert image, go to background. That's my mistake. So go to choose image. And now we go to upload, browse, and go to open. Okay. And I'm going to explain quickly why, because if you notice, the reason that I don't want to do insert image like I did just earlier is for the simple reason that in order to get your drag and drop activity to work, if you go to insert image, so if I'm dragging stuff onto the board and I insert an image, and I want to like actually move the items and not the background itself, if I just insert an image and stretch it on here, like if I show you right here, right now, and I do it here on slide number 3, go to insert and then image and then upload from computer. Okay. All right. I could stretch this out to fit the actual canvas. Make sure to hold down the shift key to actually make this stretch out to the actual canvas. Now, the problem is if I wanted to actually create the components that's going to be dragged onto the thing, I can accidentally grab this image and move it, and that kind of defeats the purpose. All right, that's the mistake. You can actually grab it and that you're going back and forth between what's on top of this image that's supposed to be in the background versus what's in the foreground. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to insert this as an image, which is why you want to insert this as a background. So we use this first slide to actually create our background template in terms of what the pieces that we're playing with are going to fit on that. So now I'm going to go ahead and delete slide number 1 since we already used it. I'm going to delete slide number 2 as well. And now we see you can't move anything. This is part of your background. All right. And we can actually click and drag whatever we need to. From here, I'm going to go to insert shapes, or we can actually go to the shape button up here, but you can also go to insert shape also up here as well. And I'm just going to insert some different color pieces. We're going to make this a red, make that a red. I'll Control C so I don't have to, and just copy Control C and Control V to copy and paste. So you can have the exact same sizes, and we'll just change the color for now for this example. So I'll hit Control V again so I can give me another piece. All right. And then we'll make this blue. Then we'll hit Control V again. Make this, I don't know, yellow or something like that. Okay. And then hit Control V again. I'll create 6 pieces. I'll make this, that's terrible. That was a bad color. We'll make that purple. And then from here, we'll choose this and we'll make this a gray or green color. Now, the trick to doing this is that if you want to actually have your students be able to, if you have a touch screen television screen, a touch screen projector, whatever, you have a Clever Touch in your room or whatever large device that you have that's used to display the actual presentation in your classroom, then this is going to make great for students to actually come up to the board and be able to touch and move the pieces around. However, you cannot do this in slideshow. If you go to slideshow, if I just click on slideshow and I make this a full slide, you can see I can't do anything. I can't move none of these pieces around. So what you have to do is you have to leave it here. And just in case y'all couldn't see that because of my screen recording, I'll just do presenter view. So you see that this is part of a presentation now. All right, but you can still, but I'm gonna also show you how to actually go full screen technically without necessarily going full screen and still be able to interact with the pieces. That's gonna be the cool trick with this. So now what I'm gonna do is now I have my pieces, I'm going to click up here and I'm gonna make the top part, the title and the actual selection, the options go away. So that gives us a much larger space. And to make this slide deck over here disappear, we're going to push that over. Now, the comment spot right here, we need to actually have some white space to move our pieces to the side. We're going to grip up and down, so that way we can make our pieces move up and down to the side like that. And then we can move off the board. So now you have a full game display. You have a full game display that you can actually use if you want to have your kids interact to create an actual interactive assignment. Let's say, for example, you're creating a reading assignment, or you have a reading assignment, even math, and you put the answer choices, and you have this T-chart, for example. You put the answer choices inside the box, so we'll make this A, B, or maybe they have to put like the story pieces in order. Okay, maybe they have to come up to the projector, to the screen or wherever, put these things in order, and I'm gonna put like X, Y, and Z. This activity is very good for that. Maybe you're a math teacher, you have problems already built in here, and they have to drag what the actual maybe a step, maybe you leave out some of the steps, and they have to drag and drop those pieces using a touch screen and just bring it over to where that step is supposed to be at. Which of these components belong on to the side of the correct screen? So another thing that I forgot to actually add into this video, this is after I recorded the initial with all the shapes that I have here, is the fact that you can actually add images with a transparent background. I'm going to show you how to simply do that as well. So I'm going to get rid of these pieces right here. And I just could easily selected all of those and made them disappear. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to bring this back down. And what I want to do is I'm going to just type in, let's just type in, I like Marvel characters. So I'm going to type in Iron Man transparent background. Okay. And let's see here. So we want to pull an image that has a white background on Google search for now, not that already has a checkered background. So let's take a look at this. All right. So we want it to go from a white background to a transparent background, and it is transparent. It's checkered background. So I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to go to copy image address. And then I'm going to go to insert, and then go to image, and then by URL. And I'm going to hit Control V or Command V if you're on a Mac. And boom, we have a transparent background. Again, if you are a elementary teacher or you're middle school, it doesn't really matter. You can use this activity again to your, whatever your imagination tells you, whatever you're trying to set up. If you need to add images, maybe you're doing some sort of story-based activity. Maybe you're going over a story in an English class. I know English better than actually do any other subject, because outside of ed tech, that's what I was teaching beforehand. You can actually have the students, you can actually pull these images, okay, from online and be able to have them maybe recreate a visual representation of what the story is talking about that they're reading. And they can use any images that they want and you know, have them paste an actual background. They could create a background, actually have it, you know, click however they want to and insert it however they want to, and just do that. So I wanted to add this piece to show you, like, you didn't really just have to use shapes. You can also use images with a transparent background. This is one easy, quick way without having to go to Google or go wherever, download the image, then re-upload it back. You can just simply pull it here, because you're using these images for personal reasons, for personal teaching reasons. Okay, but of course, I guess check your local laws and how these go, because you're not really, you know, reselling any images right now or anything for that matter. So these are going to be used for personal projects. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Make sure to subscribe to the Teacher Show. You want to get content delivered to your news box, to your email box, subscribe to the Teacher Show. Also, you can also get the book, Trouble in Paradise, Why Teachers, Anecdotes and Analysis about Why Teachers Are Leaving the Classroom. Thanks again for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you guys soon.